Alright, back again. Infinity GT Manufacturer Series, Season 6, League 2, Group 4 category this time. We've got certain mandatory tyre rules that are in effect. And we've got a newcomer to the grid as well. Group 4, Dragon Trail Seaside. Let's see who comes out on top. In a moment or two, I'll go through who's here and the new guy what's arrived as well. Group 4 category, P1 Valium gets them underway. Dave in second position. Dave in second position. Looks like he's going to get that first position, heading down to the... But we've got 3 wide. We've got 3 abreast heading down towards the first chicane. Who will come out on top with 3 abreast? It's going to be a sandwich effect. Dave a little bit wide on entry, but P1 Valium takes the lead. Out of the first chicane. MLA in third, James Harbin in fourth, Bazinga in fifth, Rick in sixth, Martin in seventh, Robin in eighth. We've got Aldo's back for this race in ninth, Marshall back as well in 10th, Nath in 11th, myself in 12th, and there's the surfer man himself who likes getting on them surfboards and getting out on the water, which is Evan himself. Surfer Ev is back in Infinity GT Manufacturer Series in the Aston Martin alongside Bazinga, and DMK Chalky there as well, up from League 3, joining Martin there in the Hyundai. Let's see how these gentlemen get on, and yeah, we'll come back to them in a minute. So in regards to the 40-minute feature race around Dragon Trail Seaside, fictional track isn't like a real life track, just made up by GT Sport. Racing medium, racing soft, minimum of 3 laps. You must run the racing medium compound. Failure to do so will result in a time penalty or even disqualification. Penalties, please do get rid within 2 laps. You fail to do so, you will incur extra penalty as well. Any incidents, please do report them. They're looked at and they'll come back to you anyway. But yeah, League 2 been fantastic so far. Some close racing, as you can see on screen now. P1 Valium, Dave side by side heading down the straight down to the first chicane. Valium kicks up the dust there, sorry, the mud. P1 Valium very hot into that first chicane, gets it all wrong. Probably didn't help with the dirt on the tyres, and that's gifted Dave to extend the lead out the front. But MLA is close behind with James Harbin in MLA's boot. Rick in fourth with Bazinga in fifth. We've got a gaggle of cars here. We've got 6 there of Martin. Myself, I'm visiting the kitty litter there. Yes, I'm a cat today. DMK Chalky there in 14th, getting the grips of League 2, up from League 3. Let's see how he gets on. I've got to recover again. Nath there harassing the back of Marshall, and we've got P1 Valium, and we've got Surfer Air. Remember, P1 Valium was in the lead of this race, got it wrong down to the first chicane, and now he's got it all to do. Marshall trying to get that position off for P1 Valium, but in the meantime as well trying to defend from Nath. Wherever Nath's gone, he's that small you can't see him. There's Nath there, trying to look around the long way around. Not possible. Probably possible on other occasions, but you know, the 86 isn't the greatest top-end car, so it would have struggled against in this end. But at the front we go. Dave leading the race. In a lap or two we will do the onboard lap with the lead runner. Could be Dave, could be MLA, it could be James Hardman, but MLA there sitting in nice second position in the Ferrari. In regards to who's starting on what, racing soft there for Dave. MLA racing medium, James Harbin racing medium, Rick racing medium, Bazinga racing medium, Martin racing medium, Aldo racing medium, Rob racing soft, Valium racing soft. So the 2 teammates opting for the racing soft. Marshall racing soft, Nath racing medium, myself racing medium, still trying to recover but using that fuel too much. Surfer Ev on the racing medium as well, trying to get the grits to the car again. The Aston Martin. DMK Chalky there all the way to the rear in 14th on the racing medium. Long way to go, 35 minutes to go. James Harbin is the current leader of the standings at this moment in time, and Lambo are leading the manufacturer side of things as well. Dave in second, myself in third, P1 Valium in fourth, and I can't remember the rest of the championship table. I do apologise. James Harben there. He does like Seaside. He does like Dragon Trail Seaside. He's done well here before. So it's only a matter of time before he can quite possibly get past second and make it a Lambo 1-2. Who knows for the end of the race. Rick there in fourth, having a good outing here around Dragon Trail Seaside. So again, this must be a track what suits him. The guy last time out at Spa was Bazinga. Done a brilliant race, to be honest with you, and nice position on the grid. And yeah, he started, I think he did start, he started fourth, didn't he? Yeah, I think he started fourth. Aldo there in the BMW Group 4 car. Very, very good car this. A good all-rounder, so it should suit this track. 7 gears as well. Got a nice top end. Tyres, the tyre wear on it, that car is very, very good. Doesn't beat the 86. I used it in season 5, and it's a very, very good car. And the Group 4 BMW. Rob and DMK Martinez side by side heading down to the chicane. Martinez gets that position off of Rob, but Rob is being followed by his teammates. So a bit of teamwork, probably to help beat each other out, but no, P1 Valium in ninth. Rob took that position back up on Martin, and P1 Valium as well, looking to the inside, and P1 Valium gets that move done off on Martin. Nathan 10th, Marshall in 11th, Surfer Evan 12th, and I'm still in 13th. So I've had a couple of offs and I'm trying to recover, and it was quite difficult early on, but Dave extending that lead over to MLA, but James Harben is now catching the rear of MLA in that Ferrari, so the Lamborghini. And as I said the lap before, James Harben and Dragon Trail Seaside, I think they'll work very nicely around here, because James a few seasons ago in another league, he just dominated the Seaside. And yeah, Death Chicane, a lot of people call it Death Chicane. It's not a Death Chicane in my eyes, it's a life chicane. Not everyone gets it wrong. You can't get it perfect. It's only the Death Chicane when you hit it and your race is ruined, basically. So Bazinga to Aldo. So Aldo is closing that gap to Bazinga, but all the while he's bringing Rob along with him. Martin isn't too far away in that 8th position. So what can Aldo do? Can Aldo gain that time, or is he just managing that tyre wear? You see a little bit of redness on the tyre information, the 2 front tyres. Fuel, 5 laps in, borderline, maybe save a little bit more to Bazinga, but Bazinga's got a lot more fuel than Aldo. So what Aldo's trying to do, I think, is to close that gap up to Bazinga, because he can see 4th, 3rd and 2nd, not too far ahead, and Dave isn't too far ahead of 2nd position either. Dave currently running in 1st. So Aldo, yeah, in that BMW is doing a good job, but as I said previously, he's bringing Rob along with him. So Rob there in 7th position in the Honda NSX Group 4. All Group 4 cars, Group 3 the previous time, then it'd be Group 4, then at Monza it'd be Group 3, and so on and so on. Koto Driving Park is a track I'm looking forward to. I think the Toyota 86 and that track, perfect combination. Nathan P1 Valium batting it out, so Nate's got all the hassle from P1 Valium. Where will P1 Valium do this to me? Because the 86 is phenomenal in corners. The later braking of the 86, you can just hug the corner full throttle basically on some of the corners, and some cars will struggle in the slip. The Toyota 86 isn't the best top end, so the cars will swallow it up as it goes on by. But going through like these sort of corners, quick chicanes, as you see there, Nave extending that gap, full throttle, not even a lift from the 86. So yeah, and again, as you see there, he's extending that gap over P1 Valium. Further down we go, let's give him some stream time. Marshall there, trying to attack the rear of P1 Valium. The Nissan GTR, good top end, the Group 3 car, absolutely phenomenal. The top end in Nissan GTR. Group 4, brilliant in the wet, but not so good, I would say, in the dry. Tyre wear is a problem with this car. Marshall on the the control pad as well. So tyre wear will be a little bit heavy. Oh, almost lost the rear of the car, but he kept with it. So Surfer Ev back for this season for the final few rounds in the Aston Martin alongside Bazinga. You're probably thinking, what's going on with Idle? Just had a mare of a race early on, so I did try and recover. I think I did in the end, but yeah, Surfer Ev not too far behind Marshall. There they are there, the three cars. Let's see how he gets on around in section. Fourth, I'm getting really tight. Missed sort of the apex at the end, but perfecting as he goes uphill to fifth, maybe up to sixth after this curb. No, maybe keep it in fifth down to the bottom. He changes gear as they hit that banner, and then he's down to second position. Clip that apex there, and yeah, nice so far from Surfer Ed to get back into it. Short notice, busy with the surfing and family life and whatnot, but it's good to see him back. DMK Chalky there. Let's see how he gets on through the. We're gonna do this with every car the next lap. How they got on through the death chicane, aka life chicane. Very nice indeed there from DMK Chalky. Gets through that chicane just fine. So myself in 14th, as I said previously. Horrible race early on. Dave there. Drop it down to the first chicane. Fictional track, not real life. You've got like Dragon Gardens over there, and you've got the reverse layout of this track and Dragon Gardens as well. For the first chicane, left kink coming up now, flat out section. Even this right hander coming up, flat out. Maybe a slight lift from a few cars. No, flat out there from Dave. Drop it down to second, hug that apex really, really tight. Run that curb on the exit, run that curb full throttle as you head up, and then drop down. Lovely S section coming up now. Clip this apex down to fourth, hug this curve really, really tight. Just run it up to fifth right about now. Clip that apex, very nice indeed. And clip this apex as well. Run it out to the right, not too wide to the right, so you clip that sand and it turns the rear of the car out. Left kink there, drop it downhill, heavy section, second or third, your choice. Dave there opts for second, then straight up to third. Almost ran it wide on the exit. Sector time coming up now. He is red by 5, but by not a lot, to be honest with you. And then he's through the death chicane. Little bit. He hesitated a bit. The final part of that chicane, a little bit of a lift there. I think if he got that chicane right, he would have, gone on through. Flat out, but yeah, Rick there in second position, so Rick's coming on through, but nice lap there from Dave, a 1:45.782, the fast lap of the race so far, but the tyre wear is coming into effect. Rick in second position, got past his teammate James Harbin down to fourth, so something has happened. As I said previously, I'm trying to get the two videos into one. I've only got like 58 minutes to do it, because when I edit it, I've got to put that into it as well. So we're gonna go from Martin's point of view. With Martin now, as they get up towards the death chicane, we're gonna flick through each car and see how they handle that death chicane. Martin there being followed closely by Rob and Valium up to 7th. Valium up to 7th. I think we missed. Yeah, Aldo left the route. Something happened with Aldo, and I'm not sure who else, but Aldo wasn't happy and he left the race. So, unfortunately, I missed that, but he wasn't happy, so he left the room. So, we'll leave it as that for now. I'm sure the stewards will sort it out. So, heading down towards the death chicane. Dave, this time, how is he going to get on? Is he going to do this death chicane even better than he did previously? We've got enough time to do each car. So he clips that, clip that, out wide, keep it fifth. Yeah, he's flat that time. Down we go, Rick. Rick coming through now. Rick, the death chicane, lift, MLA, no flat. James Harbin flat as well. Martin coming through this death chicane as well. He lifts at the start. Rob, looks like he's flat as well. Valiant will be flat. Bazinga, Nave hit that exit wall. Surfer Ebb lift as well. Myself, I actually lift. Wow, surprised. I thought I didn't. I did lift. So yeah, Nath there come off worse. hit into that pit wall. I think on the racing medium, yeah, I think a lot did lift and take it easy. On the racing soft, it was more flat. We'll come back to that when a lot of the drivers on the racing soft, but we see from Dave, he was flat. But we've got a car there with damage who was at side by side, M&A and James Harben, the first chicane. And yeah, very nice, respectful racing there from both of them. So M&A down to 4th, James Harben up to 3rd. Martin battling away with P1 Valium. P1 Valium wanting this position off of, I don't like that view. P1 Valium wanting this position off of Martin. And when he gets moved down, Rob wants to come on through as well. So Rob's like, wait for me, Valium. Valium's like, no, I'm disappearing, my friend. So Rob there in 7th, Martin in 6th, Marshall in 8th, being followed closely by Bazinga. Bazinga in 9th. I don't know what happened with Aldo. I was in chat and he wasn't happy, and he left the race. Up to that point, though, he was doing really, really well. You know, he had a good race in the BMW, and I think he would have done well. But when you get frustrated and whatnot, you've had enough and you just want to just exit the race, you know. So we get that. So I hope it is sorted out. I know Monza is one of his favourite tracks. So let's see how he gets on there. Valium as well, he said something in chat. He likes Monza, but missing Monza unfortunately, alongside my teammate Nay. So we'll lose a few points, but we're gaining back up. No worry about that at all. Surfer F through the depth chicane. Myself in 12th. DMK Chalky there, not too far behind, so he's keeping us in his sights. We're only up ahead there. 11 for 12. So DMK Chalky doing a good job in Team Hyundai. Sprakle Sheffield, check him out please on Facebook, sorry, on Google. Infinity Decals as well, he's on Google as well, I think. And we are driven on Facebook. It's okay not to be okay on Facebook. Yeah, Infinity Decals, Dave, GRFX now, Infinity GRFX, everyone knows him as Dave Robertson, you know, Infinity Decals, been like that for a long time. But Rick and James Harben now, James Harben in the slipstream now of Rick. And can James Harben get this move done? Up for the S section now. A bit hesitant on entry. So Rick's pulled a few temps there over James Harben, but James Harben in the slipstream will gain up to the back of Rick. As you can see now, it's just a matter of time before James Harben gets on by. So Rick in 2nd, James Harben in 3rd. James Harben basically in his boot looking at his shopping, but M&A is closing up as well. So James Harben, can he get this move done on Rick on the exit of the chicane? Quite a bit of heavy wear now to his front left tyre. Rick there pulling to the right, getting out of the slipstream. Bit of a defensive move there. Just really keep it really tight to the apex. No, misses that apex completely. There's a prime opportunity now for James just to get that position off of Rick. Dave's in the pits now, getting a fresh set of mediums probably, or maybe go back onto the soft. So Rick is now your race leader. James Harben in 2nd, MLA in 3rd, Dave in 4th, Rob in 5th. Marshall diving into pits as well by the looks of it. Yep, Marshall in 6th, Martin in 7th. Sorry, Martin in 6th, Nathan 7th, Bazinga in 8th, Marshall down to 9th, but Surfer Ev up to 9th. Marshall's dropping down. We got Chalky there. Chalky in 10th. Marshall in 11th. P1 Valium. I don't think he'll get Marshall. Maybe he will. And myself, I pitted quite early on. I pitted on lap 8. Or was it? No. Yeah, lap 8. End of lap 8 it was. Yes, end of lap 8. So I'm way back. The leaders are basically going up through the S section, as you can see. And I'm way behind, so I've got a lot of work to do. It's doable in the Toyota 86. Now, I was like, right, take it nice and steady, don't be a fool, keep it on the track and push it, but in the same time, save the tyres, save the fuel, close up that gap. Will come back to me shortly. At the front, James Harben now battling it side by side as they head up towards the death chicane. Not ideal. 2 abreast if they want to, it's their choice, but Rick in 1st, James Harben in 2nd. Oh, Rick into that Oh, the exit, the chicane into the barrier there. So that's cost him a lot of time. So James Harben is laughing his head off. In that Lamborghini, he's like, yes, thank you, Rick. And then MLA's like, right, come on, teammate, let's get that gap closed up to James. And let's get that position off of him. But Rick's touching the grass on the exit. So he's frustrated right about now. And yeah, there's MLA passing Rick. And Rick's like, my God, what have I got to do to bloody win a race or anything? You know, what I've noticed with Rick, if something happens with Rick, then it'll continue to happen to Rick, you know. But sprint race was a different story with Rick, but that'll be out with Monza. That'll probably be out in a few days, or I don't know, the weekend or the Monday after. The Monday before, sorry, round number, it'd be 9, wouldn't it? I think it'd be round 9, something like that. But yeah, we'll see Rick in the next one anyway. We'll see more of him in this race anyway. Robin 4th, again running high for the Honda NSX. They're doing a damn good job around Seaside. David on the racing medium. So he's going to lose a bit of time on the racing medium, so he won't be as quick. But normally with Dave, he does the shortest stint on the racing medium, the 3 laps. He'll get rid of him, then he'll put on the racing soft and go to the end. Nathan Sip opting to stay out. I'm still quite far behind, and you know, I had a lot of work to do. Bazinga in 7th, Martin in 8th. Bit of smoke from them tyres where he's braking. Surfer Ev in 9th position. How come they got different liveries? Yeah, it's Evan Bazinga got different liveries, even though they're teammates. Interesting. What's going up front? Looks like Dave's had a moment. Like I said, I can't go back because I need to put this into one video. Dave's had a moment exiting the death chicane, and again that slowed him up. He's got front end aero damage and suspension as well, so he's going to find that tricky. But it's gone anyway. It's self repairs. It's not like you got to pit and get that damage repaired. Server Ev into the pits now in 9th, so lose a position or 2 from a few cars behind, and there I am, I'm still quite far behind. James Harben still in lead the race with MLA in 2nd, Rob in 3rd, Rick in 4th, Nathan 5th, Bazinga in 6th, Dave in 7th, Martin in 8th, Valium in 9th, Marshall in 10th, myself I don't know, there I am there, coming across in 11th, Surfer Ev in 12th, and Chalky in the pits now, going on to the race and soft, push it to the end of the race now, in 13th position. James Harben, still not pitted, still going quite long for his first stint. MLA in 2nd position likewise, so these two are probably going to pit together. With Rob in 3rd. Rob can go quite far as well on his first stint. Rick in 4th, frustrated on the racing medium. Let's see what he can do. Nate there, going through the death chicane now. Yeah, left. Racing medium. So if I go down to, where am I now? Coming up to the death chicane. So I can't remember if I was flat for it on the racing soft. So I was trying to push James Harben now into the pits, MLA as well, so I thought they'll pit at the same time. Further down what was that battle there? We've got Bazinga and Dave battling out. Bazinga and Dave into the pit. I'm coming up to the, I just want to see, was I flat? No, I wasn't. I thought I was. I know, it doesn't matter anyway. Robin in 1st, takes the lead of the race. I think it's the first time this season for Rob to lead a race, to be honest with you. See, anything can happen in racing. And the guys what are normally towards the rear, now look at him, you know, he's in 1st position. Got quite a comfy gap over James, but probably Rob will lose that position when when Rob pits and James goes on by. And yeah, he's let's see how he gets on this S section actually. So he's going uphill now through the S section. Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. James Harbin in second. Be wanting that first position back. MLA isn't too far behind. Valium's close right up, to be honest with you, in fourth. With cars pitting, he must have done a few stonking hot laps to close that gap up to MLA on the racing medium as well. Rick there in fifth on the racing soft now. Nath on the racing soft. So it looks like now these guys will be going to the end. Nath, let's go on in car with Rick. He's got Nath behind him, Marshall and myself, and it's like Surfer Ev is towards the back behind me. So we're gonna have like a 5-car battle for this fifth position. Nath hasn't got that move done. Marshall ran that a bit deep, and I got that move done over Marshall. So now Rick still got Nath behind him. Rob in the pits now. Yeah. So I mean, Rick's flat out now on the racing soft. He's got a lot more confidence on the racing soft than he did have with the racing medium. Nath's just sitting there. Nath's just sitting there in the Toyota 86. Slipstream will help this car. Without the slip, it will struggle. Rob down to third, down to fourth. His teammates pass him as well. So Nath now is in that slipstream of the Ferrari. Can Nath get this move done as they head downhill, drop down the hill slightly to the first chicane? As you can see, yep, the 86 with the slip, it helps that car. So Nath, can he get this move done? Nope, he doesn't get that move done. He thinks better of it. I'm in 7th with Dave in 8th. Dave is pushing it. He's bringing Marshall along with him. So Dave in that 8th position is bringing Marshall along with him in 9th. So these two working together at this moment in time. We've got around about 13 minutes to go. But further back, we've got more battling. We've got Surfer Ev. We've got the two teammates helping each other out. As you can see what I mean about the deliveries. They're both different. Maybe they'll rectify that for the next week's racing. Martin there in 12th, struggling with his teammate there in 13th position. What does DMK stand for? Is that a new group or something? DMK. I've not really seen that around a lot, to be honest with you. James Harbin leading the race, as I said previously. He does enjoy Seaside there, and he's currently leader of the race. Pitted as well, so going to the end. 146.388 isn't the fastest lap. 146.890, 146.067, 146.902. Side by side action here from Rick and Nate. They're side by side heading towards the final corner. Nate dives down the inside and he gets that move done. 145. I can't. Who's done the fastest? I don't like doing that. See. James Harbin, 145.031, the fastest out. So he's fastest in the first and third sector there. Yeah, he's quickest on the track. By not a lot, but he's still the quickest. Marshall in 9th. Dave is in 8th. Quite surprising. So he's losing a lot of time. So he's done the 2 pit stops when most of the cars opted for 1. Let's see what he can do, Dave. Marshall in 9th, pitted on the racing medium. Surfer Ev now getting a bit of a gap to his teammate. Mazinga in 11th. Martin in 12th. And Torquay to the rear. So he's had a quiet race this race. But he's still stuck with it. And yeah, he's getting a few points to his team and his teammate. James Harbin, 145.031, the last lap, to be honest with you. Lap number 15, 28 minutes in. We've got around about 10 minutes to go at the Seaside feature race. MLA, blue sector there for him. So it's his fastest the race so far. P1 Vadim in 3rd. I want to see how P1 Vadim gets on with this. I think he's, yeah, he's a slight lift here and there. But he's basically flat through that chicane. I always got told, just go flat out through the chicane. If you can get the line right for that depth chicane, it's basically flat. Rick there in 5th, being followed by Nave, who went off in the dirt there. Rob into the dirt on the racing medium. So now it's a matter of time before he's going to lose positions to drivers on that track, because they're on the faster tyre behind. So all these here are on, apart from Marshall, are on the faster tyre. Yes, so everyone's basically on the racing soft bar, a few. So James Harburn, MLA, so it's gap at the front. The battle now is all about this, ladies and gentlemen. So we got Rob, we got Rick, we got Nath, we got myself, we got Dave coming up as well. So Rick there, we look down the inside, he's looking for it. There is Rick now, so Rick's trying to go on by through the S section, but will he get it smoothed down? Rob will keep the inside line and send Rick round the long way around, but no, Rick hasn't got that move done. Nath is there as well, so Nath is trying to get past Rick, but all the while it's letting me and Dave close up. There goes Rick. Oh, there goes Rick again, but he's looking towards the outside. He's going to bring Nath with him, is he? Or will Nath slingshot it down the right hand side? Nath is there. Nath's thinking about it. Where's Rick gone? Rick is there, so Rick's got that move done over to Rob, but we've got Nath still trying to get behind, and Dave and myself are coming into the mix now. So is Rob about to lose 3 positions in one move? It all depends on the exit of this chicane. Nath there, very fast out. I hit into the barrier, so can Nath get this move done onto Rob, because Dave is coming up as well. So Nath there looking, he's looking that oh god, Nath, he's looking there, and he gets that move done. So he's back in the slipstream of Rick, but now we've got Dave coming up. Dave there coming up behind Rob, and it's only a matter of time before Dave gets on by as well. And Dave there, he's gonna look to the right to head down to the first chicane. And yeah, Dave, is he gonna get this move done before they break? He does indeed. Myself, I'm coming up now, so now Rob's got to deal with me. So these 3 have gotten by in a matter of corners. So how long is it gonna take for Rob to hold me up, for me to get on by? Maybe take a little bit longer, but these guys done it quite quickly, to be honest with you. And now I think there's a perfect opportunity to get this move done through the S section, or maybe on the exit of the S section. But Rob is doing a good job at defending so far. And the 86, yeah, I think I went round the long way round. I did indeed, yeah, and I got that move done. Yeah, and I got that move done onto Rob. So Rob there, some great defending there from Rob, but unfortunately on the slower tyre he got hampered. And yeah, so he's basically passed by Rick, Nath, me and Dave. So he's lost like 3 positions basically, but he's still there in 8th, so it's still a good points haul. We've got Surfer Ev there in 9th, trying to close that gap to Rob, but will he? This is the thing. He's got enough time to do it, around about 7 minutes. So, but Surfer Ev has got the attention still of his teammate. Surfer Ev is flat through that chicane now, so he's extending that gap again over his teammate. So yeah, Surfer Ev doing a good job for his comeback. You know, it's all about getting the grits to the car, getting comfy with the car as well. You've been out racing for a couple of weeks. He raced in another league, but the Aston Martin compared to the Renault, or I don't know what other car he uses. The Aston Martin is quite tricky. Is managing that tyre wear as well. Bazinga in 10th, Marshall in 11th. DMK Chalky now got ahead of his teammate Martin. So DMK Chalky up to 12th position. So fair play to him. And Martin there in 13th. So the 2 teammates, 12th and 13th. Remember, all points do matter. But at the front we go. James Harburn got a nice comfy lead now. Doing a good job for Team Lamborghini. And then MLA in 2nd position. So yeah, these are quite comfy now. But it's all about the battle behind, because we have got this gaggle of cars battling away. So if we go from P1 van and looking back, let's go back from Rick. So side by side there from Nath and Dave, battling it out for that 5th and 6th. Dave's got that move done at the top of the hill. Nath, will he come back in the inside? Oh, pardon me, sorry. So yeah, we've got 2 battles basically. We've got Rick and Valiant battling out. We've got Dave and me and Nath battling out as well. So team Toyota are hassling the rear of Dave, and Nate, very good exit from that chicane, and he's going to look for the move down the inside, is he, of Dave. He's looking around the long way round. Switchback maybe. Is he going to do that switchback? No, gives Dave a little bit of a push. Yeah, he's Nathan's on it. Nathan's on it. In car with Nathan now. Dave's like, go away, Toyotas, you're doing my head in. And then we got P1 Valium and Rick battling it out. P1 Valium and Rick down to the first chicane, but Rick's still in that third. Nave there. Will he get that move done? Hug around the outside? No, he does not. We've got a battle on here, ladies. So if one thing goes wrong, it's going to ruin the cars behind race. 100%. P1 Valium there. His fuel lights flashing. We're coming. Oh, that went a little bit wrong. And it all happened there. Two Toyotas hit Valium. So that's basically ruined any chance of a podium. P1 Valium a little bit hot into that corner, and he clipped a car, Rick. Very unfortunate indeed, but it did suffer a few cars, but hey-oh, get on with it, you know. So now P1 Valium, fuel light flashing as well. Be touch and go if he gets to the end. So he's annoyed now. Yeah, he's not happy in that car, the way that car's acting, but it happens in racing, you know. You make a mistake and it can affect others, deal with it, get on with it, you know. DMK Chalky there in 12th and Martin in 13th. So at the front we go, James Harburn extending his lead in the championship as well. Fair play, League One coming for you, James, 100%, mate, you know. So yeah, League One coming for you, and Dave, you know, you two 1 and 2 at the minute. So you two are going up to League One. Us other lot will stay in League Two, thank you. MLA in second with Dave in third, still being caught. So Dave in that third. Rick, he's got a few laps to do this, Rick. Come on, Rick, get that third off of Dave, will you? Get that Rick off of Dave. Get that third off of Dave, Rick. Come on, boy, do it. So Rick there in fourth. Still trying to pressure the rear of Dave and get that position off of him. I'm rooting for you, Rick. Come on, chop is chop, laddo. Come on. I want you to get that move off of Dave. Oh, sorry, that position off of Dave. Yes. Proper like. Yeah. You know, with commentary now, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, I commit to this league. I just don't enjoy it anymore. You know, it does nothing for me. I just don't. But I enjoyed like doing it, but not as much as I used to before. I don't mind doing the odd like league here and there, but if it's like flat out like it used to be, nah, not interested. You know, not interested. So Rob there in fifth, get it out there. You know, Nath there looking switch back there onto server air, very nice move indeed. But yeah, commentary, you know, yeah, I got a YouTube channel, yeah, I got all these subscribers, yeah, I'm not as active. But you know, when I'd done the commentary previously, it was when I wasn't very well, is when I was at my low point. So now I'm getting better, but you know, other things going on now in my personal life, so it's like slowing things up as well. MLA with damage to the front, so yeah, I enjoy doing it now and again, but apart from that, you know, like now, you know, it's a Monday evening, children were playing, so I thought, you know, I got an hour, I got a Monday night free for once, and just get it done, you know. We'll get this one done anyway. But yeah, we're basically heading on to, after this lap, I think it'll be the last lap. Quick rundown of where we are. James Harburn first, MLA in second, Dave in third, with Rick in fourth, Rob in fifth, myself in sixth, with Surfer Ev in seventh, Nathan eighth. After that little moment a few laps ago, he wasn't happy. Mazinga in ninth, Marshall in 10th, Chalky in 11th, Martin there in 12th, and the surprise of it all is Valium. Now Valium was running quite high, with that moment a few laps ago and the fuel, he's trying to, you know, get to the end of the race, and that little bit of an incident didn't help him either. But he's running in 13th, you know, so it's a few points for it. But he's battling with me for the podium. I'm not sure if he's actually overtook me at Monza, but you know, it is what it is. So James Harper now, I think he'll be going on to an extra lap, or will he? Or will he opt to just, you know, sit at the start-finish line for a lap or two? Sorry, for a second or two. No, it looks like he's going to do another lap, to be honest with you. So it looks like the first one to finish might be MLA, or will MLA cross that? No, MLA is going to be the first one to finish, I think, or will they just about? Dave might be. Yeah, MLA's going to get over. MLA's going to get over. Yeah, MLA's over. Dave, is he over? Oh, yeah, Rick's the first one to finish. Dave was lucky there, you know. So Dave got that extra lap. Rick in 4th, Rob in 5th, myself in 6th, Surfer Ev in 7th, Nath in 8th. Bazinga in 9th, Marshall crossing the line now in 10th. Chocky Lado in 11th. We've got Martin there. Crossing the line now in 12th. With Valium. Coming up to the start finish line now in 13th position. At the front we go. James Harvin looks like he's going to be the winner of the 40-minute feature race. Remember, the Infinity GT Manufacturer Series Season 6, League 2, Group 4 category. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out Down for the Count, YouTube, The Crazy Brit as well on YouTube, please. Sprakle, We Are Driven, It's Okay Not to Be Okay, Infinity Tech Hours as well. And yeah, be sure to check out more races soon. But apart from that, Idle Gaming, I'll speak to you soon. Next replays, I'll get them out when I can. Right, you'll take care. Peace out.